Hey everyone, have you been thinking about moving to the Corvallis area in Oregon? Well, welcome to BeerVallis. I'm Michael Krasilovsky, and I'm a realtor here in the mid-Willamette Valley out of Remax Integrity. Let's dive right into talking about all the wonderful craft beer and breweries in the Corvallis area. Okay, so to start off with, what you need to know if you're thinking about coming here, even if it's just for a visit, is that Corvallis is a great place for craft beer lovers. We have lots of great local hops and ingredients, lots of fresh brew, and there are a number of breweries in this area. In fact, last time I looked at the stats, Corvallis Brewpubs on a per capita basis rivaled bigger cities like Bend and Portland, Oregon. We have a lot of different brewpubs in this area, and they all have their different kind of vibes and settings, different feels to them. We're going to focus on downtown to start off with. So I'll start off by talking about Block 15 Brewery, which happens to be my favorite brewpub in the area. Thanks, by the way, to Block 15 for letting us film this in their Southtown taproom, which we'll talk about shortly. Block 15 brews their own beer, and they have delicious beer and delicious food, and that's why they've been my favorite place. I think they've got excellent beer and excellent food. Block 15 is located right in downtown, right across the street from free parking that's also next to Dairy Queen, right on 3rd Street. If I recall correctly, Block 15 Brewpub is named after the old Block 15 printing press, which is the building that they now occupy. My favorite beer in town is from Block 15, and it happens to be Block 15 Sticky Hands IPA. I'll give you a zoom in on that one. This is going to be my beer of the day after I'm done filming and not on the clock anymore. Cheers. When I go to Block 15 downtown, what I love to do is grab an IPA like Sticky Hands and then get their hazelnut, butter, bacon, and jam burger, along with either their rosemary sea salt fries or their garlic parmesan fries. I'm going to give you my favorites throughout this list, but of course, there's great menus for you to check out online before you visit. Next up, we're going right next door to Block 15's downtown location to check out the Caves. Now, Caves is owned by the same people, or was at least founded by the same folks that started Block 15 Brewpub. Caves is a great place to get craft beer and great food. One of the fun things about Caves is that they've also got a lot of beers on tap, but they have a really good bottled beer selection too. When I go to Caves, my favorite thing to do there is to get their brunch or breakfast. The last time I was there, I had shredded pork waffles and a really good sour beer. All right, also in downtown, another wonderful place that brews their own is McMenamins. And if you're not from the Pacific Northwest, you might not be familiar with McMenamins. So McMenamins actually brews their own, and they have 2 locations in Corvallis, one in downtown and one on campus. And the McMenamins brothers have a fun story. They kind of buy these old churches and school buildings, and they turn them into brew pubs and hotels and music venues. So McMenamins downtown, great place to grab happy hour too. Love their beer, love their food. My favorite there is their Hammerhead IPA, and they have some great stouts as well. All right, next up in downtown, we have High Brewing. High also brews their own, as does Block 15 and McMenamins, and you're gonna love this place too. High is right in the walking zone downtown, and as the name implies, it's high up, but they do have an elevator. It's a really good restaurant. I've enjoyed their 4-story nachos, their mushroom lasagna, and some excellent salads at High. High also has some great sour beers, and in case you can't tell, I like IPAs and sour beers. One of the things that's fun about High is they have great rooftop dining and views of Mary's Peak. You can also go there to play cornhole or beanbag toss, whatever it's called where you're from, and really enjoy their happy hours. Next up downtown, I'm excited to tell you about the Oregon Trail Brewery in the Old World Deli. Now, as we film this, it's the start of 2022, and the Old World Deli has just reopened. They just had a grand reopening celebration. They have a new brewmaster coming in. Oregon Trail Brewery does brew their own as well. And I'm told that the Brewpub portion is going to be open a little bit later in the first quarter in 2022, if all goes to plan. So just so you're aware, so you can plan your travel and your beer visits accordingly. All right, let's see. Old World Deli and Oregon Trail Brewery, love their sandwiches and soups. They have a great meatloaf sandwich there. And they also have a wonderful porter, which you can find in Market of Choice locally, as well as the Co-op, the First Alternative Foods Co-op. One of the fun things about Oregon Trail Brewery and Old World Deli is that they also host other fun events, like their monthly Corvallis Science Pub, where they have really neat presentations in an informal atmosphere. All right, next up downtown, we have a place I haven't actually even been to yet, Treebeards. Now, Treebeards doesn't brew their own, which is why it's a little bit further down on this list. We wanted to get the homegrown brew pubs out there first to you. But Treebeards is right in downtown on 2nd Street, and they've got something like 30 or 40 beers and ciders on tap. It's a great place to go hang out on the corner and drink a brew. We'll follow that up with American Dream Pizza. American Dream doesn't brew their own, but if you're looking for great beer and food in downtown Corvallis, wonderful spot that you've got to know about. So American Dream Pizza is a place that has a downtown location as well as a campus location, and they deliver pizza, of course. And in the warmer months, they have rooftop dining, which is really nice. You can go up there just like sky high, and you can eat some food and drink some great beer. I love their pizzas, and I usually get their Boneyard's Hop Venom Double IPA when I visit American Dream Pizza. Okay, so going back to the general vibe, you notice that I mentioned a couple of places with rooftop dining. So to recap those, Sky High and American Dream Pizza. Both of those are downtown, and they have rooftop dining open in the warmer months. So in addition to rooftop dining, I definitely want to mention some designated outdoor dining options where you can enjoy craft local beer here. So we mentioned Block 15 Brew Pub up in downtown Corvallis, but we are actually filming this in Block 15's Southtown Taproom location. And the Block 15 Southtown Taproom is about 5 or 6 minutes south of downtown Corvallis, just right off Highway 99 here. And it's also right next to Four Spirits Distillery, which is another great destination. So Four Spirits, even though this is BeerVallis, you're making it in here because we can't not mention you while we're next door. Love you guys too. When you're at the Block 15 or Four Spirits Southtown locations, it's great to just sit outside. You've got a view of Mary's Peak off to the west. You can watch the sunset over Mary's Peak while enjoying some of Block 15 Taproom's famous nachos with smoked chicken or other protein on top. And at the Four Spirits Distillery next door, I've got to recommend their seasonal salads. Whatever they have is always good as a seasonal salad. Last time I was there was in the spring, and we had these fresh sliced peaches on this seasonal salad, along with peach bellinis and a peach cobbler. It was very well done. And while we're talking about outdoor dining, definitely want to mention Common Fields, which is our kind of new little like food cart destination in downtown Corvallis. So Common Fields has lots of beers on tap. There's an indoor area where you can go to get a beverage on tap. And then right now there's, I think, 4 food carts outside where you can sit outside, listen to live music, play bingo, and grab some tasty food cart food while grabbing a great local brew. I should also give an honorable mention to Albany's food cart destination. It's not the same owners as Corvallis' Common Fields to my knowledge. It is called The Barn at Hickory Station, and they have about a dozen or more food carts there, along with a bunch of tasty beers on tap. Great outdoor destination. All right, and even though this is BeerVallis, there's no way we're making this video without mentioning Two Towns Cider House. Two Towns, I'm a longtime fan of those folks. They're actually personal friends, and when my wife and I got married a decade or so ago, we loaded up the trunk of our rental car with Two Towns hard cider, and we drove that thing over to Maine, all the way across the country to my in-laws' house on their apple cider farm, and that was what we served at our wedding. Two Towns, if I recall correctly, is named because the founders are from the two towns of Eugene and Corvallis. And you'll really dig this place too. They've got delicious hard ciders, semi-sweet ciders, semi-dry ciders, lots of different seasonal releases, and they have a tasting room in Eastgate Shopping Center, which is just a few minutes east of downtown Corvallis. Right next door to Two Towns Hard Cider House, also in Eastgate Shopping Center, we've definitely got to mention Mazama Brewing. I haven't been to Mazama in a while, because I haven't been to many places in a while at this point, but Mazama's got some really good snacks and a great nut brown ale the last time I was there. All right, some more need-to-know information for you, especially if you are a college student coming here for Oregon State University or Lynn-Benton Community College and you're interested in beer, we should make sure to add Woodstock's Pizza and Suds and Suds onto the list. So Woodstock's Pizza is a great local pizza place in Northwest Corvallis on Kings Boulevard, and basically right next door, kind of attached, is Suds and Suds, which is a place where you can do laundry and drink beer. All right, next up, also in downtown, another place that serves beer, even though they don't brew their own, like the first places we mentioned. Gotta tell you about Beer Library. Now, Beer Library opened relatively recently in downtown Corvallis, where DiMaggio's Pizza used to be. And I haven't actually been there yet either, but some new friends of mine were just telling me about it, and apparently it's Beer Library because every beer has a story. So I like that because, well, I like puns and wordplay and stuff. All right, anyway, Beer Library is making a name for themselves with lots of great beers on tap, and also on the food side of things, crepes and stews and Belgian frites and charcuterie boards. So check them out too. All right, in terms of the vibe, another thing that I want to mention is that if you want a place where you can go play pool at a brew pub, keep McMenamins on campus, the campus location on your radar, as well as the Peacock Bar and Grill in downtown Corvallis. All right, and as we wrap up here, some honorable shout outs, some honorable mentions, places that are nearby, even though they're not right in BeerVallis right here. Got to let you know about Dirt Road Brewery over in Philomath. It's only about 5 or 10 minutes away from here. Dirt Road does brew their own. They've got some delicious hand pies, small pizzas, and great sour beers. Right across the street from them, basically, is also Vinwood Tap House in Philomath. Vinwood Tap House is one of those places where they've got about 30 beers on tap. They have a big LCD display so you can see what beers are there and how much is left in each keg. And they have really good wraps and sandwiches. And in keeping with supporting some of the local areas, don't forget about Albany. This is BeerVallis. It's all about Corvallis, but got to mention some of those Philomath places and Calapooia Brew Pub over in Albany. And I'm sure there's plenty of places I'm missing here, but don't forget about Calapooia. They brew their own, and they've been really good disc golf sponsors of tournaments over the years, so I really appreciate that about them. Last time I was there, I had a green chili beer with a great burger. And one more place, a little bit further south on Highway 99, is Monroe, Oregon. It's about 20 minutes south, and they have Long Timber Brewing, which opened a couple of years ago and has become a great local stop. People go there from this area. It's not just for local people in Monroe. All right, well, if I'm ever gonna get to drink this Block 15 Sticky Hands, we'd better wrap this up. So thank you so much for checking out our video today on BeerVallis, and be sure to check out some of the other videos in this series to learn more about this area. This is part of a little fun mini-series we're doing, including Hike Vallis, Bike Vallis, Dog Vallis, Park Vallis, and more. And if you have ideas for content you'd like to see along those lines, please let us know. I'm Michael Krasilovsky out of Remax in Corvallis, Oregon. I help people buy and sell homes and invest in real estate in the area, but it's really fun just to get to be an ambassador for the local area for you too. So I'm never too busy for you, and I hope this finds you well. Thanks so much for your viewership. Really appreciate you. Bye for now. Cheers. And don't forget Squirrels, of course. We came here for lunch to get some squirrel burgers, play some pool and relax. Squirrels is a great spot right in downtown where you got a bunch of great brews on tap and some really good food and atmosphere. Thanks again. Why do you love Squirrels, Noelle?
Squirrels is a fantastic bar. A lot of professors like to come here. It's also what's known as a townie bar. So a lot of the local residents, not just students or just people who are just here for a short time, tend to gather here. My in-laws used to come here back in the 90s when they were first dating.